The product demo, or sometimes it's called the sprint review, is another one of the Scrum ceremonies. It is one of the concluding ceremonies at the end of a sprint. What we're trying to do in the product demo or sprint review is really show off what's been accomplished in the sprint. And most importantly here, I want to say, is show off what was accepted by the product owner during the sprint. Now, one of the misconceptions I want to lay to rest right now about the product demo or sprint review is this is not where the product owner accepts the work. The product owner should be accepting the work all throughout the sprint, and the demo is the point at which we show off all the work that was accepted. So, a couple of rules about the product demo. First of all, everyone is invited. The team, stakeholders, anyone who might have an interest in the product or the work that the team has done. And this is actually, in many ways, a celebration, and it's an opportunity to get feedback. I've worked with companies where the product demo was the afternoon kegger. It had 4, 5, or 8 teams coming together, showing off what they had done during the previous sprint. They would get feedback, they would get insight, people would have a celebration because the teams had made good progress or had been able to demonstrate the progress that they had made. So the demo is something that's actually really important, not only for what have we done in the last sprint, but also really a little bit of a celebration. Yeah, we got something done in the last sprint. Something else is that this is informal. Okay, slap the person on the fingers who does a PowerPoint deck for the demo. This is really, we're talking about a sprint that's typically short, a week, 2 weeks, maybe maximum 4 weeks. No, you're not going to spend a lot of time setting up for this. We're going to show off what we have done. Now, there's been some exceptions. I've worked with teams that are developing hardware, and yeah, it takes a bit of time to wire up the hardware. But the prep time should be very, very short. We're talking a meeting that's going to run an hour, maybe at most for a fair number for the team. So we want to keep the prep time pretty short here. Now, this is much more than just a show and tell. Like I said, previously I said it's a bit of a celebration, it's a bit of a feel good, but I think there's much more seriousness to this meeting than just a show and tell, because it really helps crystallize and demonstrate what is value. Consider this. One of the questions I like to ask people during a planning meeting is, what are you going to show at the demo that demonstrates you got something done? Are you going to show off working software? Are you going to, if you're working on a model, what are you going to show that the model works? Something we don't want to come into a demo with and say, yeah, I spent 10 days or I spent 8 days working on something. So this is something I really do like about the demo. It helps focus the team members on what is valuable. In other words, what am I going to show off at the demo? What is really going to be valuable? Now, a lot of people sometimes are confused by what's the 2 concluding meetings in Scrum, the product demo and the retrospective. Okay, so we have the product demo, the retrospective. The demo is how we evaluate the product itself, right? The demo is focusing on what we accomplished during the sprint, whereas the retrospective is focusing on the process itself.